Welcome to Storytime Podcast. My name is Rosemary, and today I'm here with Alna Shakan, or if you'd prefer, Vlad. And if you'd like to introduce yourself, please.
Hello, my name is Alna, Shakan, Elnakan. I'm very spiritual, and my name means in soul language. I speak in tongues, the one from the light. Also, can call me Vlad. That's my human name. Uh, I'm 32 and started 33. Sorry, I started my spiritual journey 2 years ago. My awakening started back then, and my life has changed for the better. I really had the wonderful, incredible, exciting, amazing experiences that changed me, opened my mind, opened my heart, opened my soul, opened my spirit, and opened myself to all the stuff that all the things that the universe has to offer me, and also I learned so much. And I'm happy to be here in this moment, in this time with this wonderful person, my great friend Rosemary.
Thank you. So, I'm going to ask you about your awakening experience. What was your experience like awakening?
Was in 2020 December. I was on another server I was on general text, so that it doesn't matter. Community, online community. I was talking to some people there, and someone asked me. So I said to that person on general text that I felt I was different than most people on emotional, spiritual, mental way. Like I felt different always. I felt like I don't belong here on earth. I don't belong. I don't fit in anywhere, in any mold of this society that we are in now. And he said, this person to me, have you heard about star seeds? No. What is that? Never heard of that concept. Website. And then I accessed it. I clicked the link. I list I There were like aspect, like not as an article text about every star system. It's a soul from other star systems, alien soul incarnated in human body. And after I read the text, the whole article, and watched the video, I found out that I had very a lot of characteristics of the Syrian star system for Sirius, from Sirius A. But like I have all those traits, those qualities. Like I'm like them in a way. And then I searched on Discord the server Starseeds. Then I joined on the server, and I left this server after a day, this old server. And I was there talking to people and starting to connect, to learn about spirituality. I was so curious, so open to everything spiritual, to learn more. And then that week, after that day, everything changed. Everything I started to do meditation, to do a lot of meditation, to learn and to listen, to talk with people. I felt like somebody out there is like me. Somebody out there understands me. Somebody out there accepts me as who I am, as what I am, as a being, as a soul. I mean, it was one hell of a journey so far.
Okay, so I know a lot of people like Starseed light workers have gone through awakening, but a lot of them have also had sometimes a little bit more of a traumatic experience as children or have gone through trauma. Do you want to share any of those traumas, or have you gone any traumas?
I've been through a lot of traumatic experiences. Was not easy. I was victim of domestic and verbal and physical abuse. My life. I felt like very, very low vibration. I was hurt. I was suffering all my life.
Have you
So
found
it
that
wasn't easy.
the meditation and stuff and finding your soul balance has kind of like uh,
Yes, yes,
transmuted that for you?
yeah. And I said I felt good. After every day I done meditation, then for 15 minutes. It was hard at first, but after a while, kept going every day, every day. I did for 2 years. I'm still doing it every day meditation, and I can do now after all this time 2 hours and a half max per day, one session. That that helps a lot. I did today one, and I felt like rest, relaxed. When we talked before on DM, how you saw manager, I was like very stable, very, because I took 2 hour meditation while sleeping, and I'm feeling great. Like helps a lot of energy, relieve stress, anxiety, calms your senses, calms every part of you, releases a lot of negativity from the system,
Yes.
and heals a lot.
Yes. I'm going to ask. So, what was your what's the when you're a child, when you're a kid, what did you want in your passion in life, and has it changed now since your awakening?
Well, what hasn't changed? I still like to draw and paint. That was my hobby. Always I have a vivid imagination. I draw and I paint what I see, what I feel inside in my mind. It's all now. I'm just paint abstract art. What I see, as I showed you, pictures of my art.
Hmm. Yes, I do like
Uh,
it.
yeah, thank you. Well, it's that's the best way of express myself. But since then, after especially this year, I started to practice more Tai Chi and yoga. I started last year, but I do more often now. Helps me a lot. And what I did last year, when I received a lot of readings from people, tarot and oracle readings, I have had the inspiration to buy my first tarot deck. I was so happy. I received it on 31 December, the last day of 2020. Uh, 2020. I was so happy. I did 14 readings on the first day. I was like so excited. I did so many. I was like, yeah, because I want to practice. I was like, this is my deck, guys. I was so happy. Like that was wow. I was so excited to do that, and I was pretty good. Of course, I used bdtarot.com as a guide because I didn't know what each card meant, but that site helped me a lot because I have not received a brochure for my deck when I bought it online. But I used that website and worked really well. And after a while, after did a lot of meditation and healing, I did the best I could, and I did the readings. After 4 or 5 months, said I should take more easy on the readings because I'm pretty good at doing because I did daily. I almost weekly. I took breaks after the first 2 weeks, first month, did less often. Focused on doing energy work because someone taught me some basic stuff. I had four teachers who taught me online, who taught me for free basic energy work. Then I started, I need to harness this ability of my own ability to do energy work. And that's what I did, meditation energy work. And I still doing it, but I do it like combining with Tai Chi and yoga and martial arts, self-taught, sword fighting, self-taught, all this, and through meditation. And what I found out is energy work after I mastered, I said last year, not last in 2021, either I'm the best at this or not. I have like ambition. I had the zeal, like I want to be the best at this. Like, and I practiced every single day. Was like for me, it was all or nothing. Like always practice a lot. I felt like good because I felt like I'm getting stronger, but also helped me a lot, helped me release a lot of energy, pent up anger, pent up energy, pent up emotions. Like I freed myself through energy. I express myself. I move my body.
Yes.
I felt I can harness this power, this ability. And since then, I've become pretty good after just 2 years. I practiced a lot. And that changed me a lot because I felt like I'm not as, because of course I was level zero when I started. I was a noob, the weakest of them, the weakest. Most people that I met were pretty advanced. But after 2 years, let's just say I surpassed some of my former teachers. Yeah, because I'm dedicated to what I do, to my craft. I either I'm become the best or not. It's for me. I have high standards. I like to be a master of something because I know I can do much more. So that's why I'm so dedicated to what I do, because I enjoy what I do.
So, um, with the energy, and describe what your some of your abilities that you have. I mean, especially I've come across you as being able to be very accurate in reading a person energetically. So,
Yeah. Well, it's about energy work. It's how can I say I can heal people. That's what my basic stuff. That's what I like to do most, to help people heal. I use my energy to send healing orbs from my body to anyone who needs it. For example, like we did before on DM, I helped you heal today, and you felt it, and you feel like calm, relaxed, and your energy flows better. I just I I have this knack. Like for me, when I started, it was like second skin, second nature. Like I've done this before in my past lives, because I received a lot of readings about my past life, a lot of information, and all the stuff that I'm doing now. I've done this, but different forms. Like I was three past lives. I was before I was born in this life in 1989. Um, Master, warrior master, magician master, healer. Both the first two lives I was male, and the third life I was female. And now, but most of the lives I was combining these two disciplines, like just two, not all three. But this time I'm all three. My soul wanted to try something new, combine everything that I learned so far, and reminding myself and relearning what I done in the past, but a new way. I wanted to experiment. So I'm experimenting and creating. I'm learning and creating, combining energy and bending the energy to my will. Like the first basic, I had to do all this stuff by my own. I wanted to see how this works, but I want to do things my way. So I found a way that works for me, only for me. I can teach you. I can teach anyone basic stuff, but the you have to do it your own way after a while. After I teach you what you need, you have to do how it works for you better. If you can't do it like me, I can't do it like you. That's simple.
Yes, that came up in a previous podcast yesterday. Same thing. It's when you teach a person how to use energy, it's not going to be the same channeling through you. As I channel music, it won't be the same if you channel music through you. It'll be your way because it is your experience. Um,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a question about how do you see the current world systems, like the government, medical? Yes, I'm going
Well,
to go
it's a
there.
total mess. It's a total mess. Complete total mess. It's disaster. A total complete disaster. It doesn't support the human spirit. Doesn't support and sustain life. Doesn't support uh, a decent lifestyle for everyone. It supports corruption, extortion, um crimes like fraud, supports injustice, and supports poverty. It's anti-human, the system. It's for machine only.
Do you
Simply
have
put,
any ideas on how to, well, most of it is working together, but do you have any ideas on how to fix that system?
well, first of all, clean up time, clean up all the corruption from the higher ups to the lower ups, like from level 100 to level 0. Everyone who are responsible, who are for crimes, for maintaining this system of corruption, of famine and poverty and low resource and fraud, they have to pay. All of them, with life or in life imprisonment, I don't care. They have to pay, and everything that all their wealth, all the properties, everything they own, confiscated and distributed to people who need. Don't have to be like what I mean. You're going to have an equal share of resources, like decent lifestyle, not too much, not too. It's like balanced. No, because why would we need high classes of society? Why? So those can reach on us who work, those who use our energy to build, so they can leech off us, so they can have a better lifestyle, so they can be rich for the rest of their lives and doing nothing.
Yes, they reap the rewards for something that we are working and toiling for.
They don't care about us.
No.
They don't give two shits about us. For them, we are rats. That's it. Humanity is rats. They are high class society. They are highly advanced and intelligent people, but they have no wisdom, and they have no true real knowledge of the spirit of God. They care about materialistic stuff, and they want to rule the world. One fist. That's what they were using these laws. They use the laws against humans. They constrict the people to have very little or no, almost no freedoms. It's control. All it's about control, manipulation. Everything that I see is what's control manipulation. And people who are not spiritual awakened, they can't see that, and they are complacent in their illusions, their delusions. They're so happy because their masters give them here a bone, eat it, leftovers from the table. They're so happy. They like to be opposed, to be not opposed, oppressed, sorry, oppressed. They like to be oppressed. They like to be slaves. They like to kiss their master's boots.
Mhm.
How messed up is that?
Yeah, yeah, it is. um, in this now that we're awakening, do you believe again we outnumber them? Their way to overturn it. The more we awaken, the more that we band together. We see that.
Yeah, but there will be a time we need to choose sides because not everyone's going to choose this side of God, of divinity. The rest will be choosing the other side of
Yeah.
the enemy. So people will have to make their choices. Well, I know God has a plan. I know for sure. You know it too. We don't have to say about this, but we know for sure that something is in the works for the past 25 years.
Yes. I would think a little longer, but yes.
I'd say
um,
recently. For the past 25 years, recently. Don't say past 1,000 years. Recently.
so,
So everything happens for a reason. Just I want to say one thing before you continue.
yeah.
We have to prepare. That's all. We have to prepare physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We have to be ready for anything that might happen. We don't because, like I said, to like I say, preparation is key to everything.
Yeah. Do you, okay, so what do you see as a future world then that is different than this? What kind of harmony do you see? What is it that your world that you envision?
I see not just the world. I see a paradise, peace, harmony. Everyone has everything that they need, so can have a decent life, so they can be healthy and do what the soul's calling them to do. Not what they should, what they shouldn't do, what the society tells them to do or what not to do. Be a doctor, be no. Do what your soul is calling you to do. If you want to become the greatest artist in the world, do it. Go for it. Freedom, complete freedom.
Yeah, I agree. And while and as you said, artists, it is again we're still dealing within the limitations of the current systems that are up. So, like you said, it's us working together in a way to actually stop that system. What do you think about the money system?
Not needed.
I agree on that too.
It it enslaves humanity. Because why would you work for a piece of paper or piece of plastic? No, it's plastic. Why would you work for a piece of plastic? Why would you spend 8 hours of your life for a piece of plastic that you spend on stuff that are not even you don't even need
Yeah.
most of the time?
I mean, I know we exist still within that system, but I still I believe that, and I've seen it on the other side of what said Val, that barter is actually the way to go. We exchange skills and
Exactly.
knowledge and ourselves for helping other people, especially community. I see that.
Exactly. I would rather have on Earth. I rather see a system based on resources,
Yeah.
based than on money, because
I.
uh, barter is much more effective and much more fair
Mhm. Yeah.
than money.
And a lot of people are still in the fear base because the system actually, and the government systems, the medical systems, they actually have a fear-based mentality that if you don't do as they tell you, then you won't survive or you won't get food. They'll simple as that. And one of the things that I remember seeing on the other side of said Vale is streets, but they're actually lined with gardens on front lawns, and people can go by and pick squash from a neighbor's lawn and exchange it for whatever service they want, or just go to your neighbor's house. I've seen that mentality more as opposed to exchanging money, as exchanging. It's the greed side. It's almost the fear side doesn't go to this other place. It is this lighter side, this harmonious side. With
Yes, but they will try to stop that too.
mhm.
They will enforce more laws. For example, there was on. I just catched. I don't watch the news, but my father watches TV. He watches the news, and I catched on TV just a text they will try to impose a law that you cannot grow animals anymore, livestock. Like they will try to ban livestock for people.
Yeah. Do you?
What does
I mean, and okay, so let's talk about that because a lot of people, and I know in the spiritual community, a lot of people have changed their diet from eating animals to eating vegetables, um, vegan diets. What are your beliefs on that? Your practices on it?
well, for me, I have a varied diet. I do eat meat, but smaller or lower consumption rate, like more vegetables and like balance, not too
Yeah.
much. I'm not really a meat eater. Like say, for example, I ate bean soup with meat, but only small chunks were on big, like as my paw, like small chunks.
Yeah.
So imbalance,
Yeah. I
not
say
too
I tell
much.
people don't limit yourself, and we are here to experience. And I get what people, some people, empathically. There's times when I myself or other people I know, when they eat meat, they can actually feel the animal, so they abstain from it. However, it doesn't mean to just demand that another person shouldn't eat meat. You know what I mean? Like those demands, same thing. Like, don't, you can't do this. No, that is still a system of control or controlling another person based on
Yeah,
you, because each person's experience is different. So,
exactly. I understand.
yeah,
Uh, Sometimes I have vegetables in the kitchen. I just make a huge bowl of salad, no meat, just salad,
yeah,
vegetables. So I can eat either way. For me, it's I like to change. I like to have a varied diet, varied resources. I can eat. If I want to eat steak, I will eat steak. If I want to eat a salad, I will eat salad, or combine both. I like to change, mix things up, but in moderation.
and
I
I,
don't like to.
and you're talking about, so then going back to the livestock because it does tie together. You're talking about the consumerism part and the way that capitalism, consumerism systems, like governments want to control and actually fear a lot of people in it. Oh, they're saying that the majority of livestock is actually causing gases to rise and destroy Earth and such. And yet we have thousands of airplanes in the sky. We have thousands of vehicles. You have
Exactly.
yeah,
Why don't they, if they are so concerned about the environment, why didn't they switch from in the 70s, not the 90s, the 70s, from petrol-based fuel to hydrogen or electric-based fuel? Why
right.
did they have? What would have been? They could have created an infrastructure in less than 1 year or 2 years, put like resources, infrastructure, a system, very effective system, and one could have driven electrical cars
Yeah.
in the 70s. But no, 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 no. We have to make billions of oil because we like money.
Yes,
That's
it
what they
is.
wanted to do.
Yes, it is a select group of people controlling a majority of the pools and funds instead of sharing it to find better ways to live harmoniously with Earth and not kind of pillage it, rape it with the drillings and holes and all this other stuff. And actually, again, like keeping people in a slave mind, I want to say. They keep, because they're not able to enslave us, as in histories, if you look, enslave actual human beings. So they enslave our brains instead, keep you
It's
distracted with
much
the
more effective.
television. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's much more effective because what they were trying for the past since technology, like the radio was for manipulation. Even people don't say, but it was for manipulation because there was like, for example, in the 50s or 40s or 50s, there were like a huge, like they were transmitting a boxing match, and everyone listen to the boxing match. But is that really what's important? A freaking boxing match or a football match, is that important? Are you Why would you listen to someone who does something that is none of your business? Because if you're not in that place, at that hall, or at that match, if you're not participating actively and watching the game with your own eyes, and you listen to it on the radio, what is that for manipulation? Because it distracts you from doing your work or
It,
doing your hobbies.
it distracts you from actually connecting with other people too. How much of it, even COVID, how much of that separated people from other people to connect with
And
them.
where's COVID now? Poof, disappeared. No,
Some
no
of
one on
it's
the
still
news.
around. It is, but it's not. Like the regulations are still there. I'm in the States, and again across the border into Canada, The states opened up a lot of their regulations, but Canada still has their stuff closed, or at least regulated that you require vaccination to get through. And again, that is telling a person how to live, what to put in their body.
Exactly, because you, in order to cross the border, you need to have injected a freaking vaccine, which may or may not work. Is haven't been tested.
Yeah.
No proof.
Yeah, with the booster shots. Oh, we need more booster shots. And it's like, well, if it was a vaccine and it was effective the first time, why do we require more booster shots?
Exactly
More
what it is.
chemicals. Why not? And then again, this goes back to energy healing. If we're energy healers, why not be able to take sicknesses out? I mean, I've experienced it myself. I haven't been head cold, sick, anything like that since 2018. I haven't experienced any of that. And it's just clearing your body out of vaccines in general. Like I myself I've never took a flu shot. I didn't do any of that because I didn't see. I said, well, wouldn't it be better to just get the sickness and have your immune system fight it?
Exactly. They don't want that. Example, look at in Tibet, the Shaolin monks. They, if an illness comes, they heal it off. They if they can do it on their own. If the person is very old, can't doesn't have the strong immune system like when he was young, the others help him heal, and he's good as new because the illness has fallen. Even they know about this stuff. They've been practicing for centuries, for thousands of years. But here in Europe and in US, no, that doesn't work. It's unconventional. You need to take medicine, shots, drink pills. That will heal you. That will, yeah, be a customer to the pharmacist to make a lot of money. Why pharmacists are very rich? Because people buy their products.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually intertwined. So I'm glad that we're talking about this because the medical system, at least here in the United States that I do know of, they do a lot of gerrymandering and lobbyisting. The majority of government officials have their hands in companies and pharmaceutical companies. That's how they gain their income, a lot of income. They'll have stocks in that. So they push the agenda of having meds. And I personally experienced, I know myself, going to a doctor, and I've been to 8 different in 1 year, and I was on 20 different meds at one time, and they could not figure out what was wrong. They common theme on it, but they were still treating the symptom. And the meds themselves actually messed me up more than at figuring out what was wrong. And it wasn't until I stopped all of them and did actually Tai Chi, Kung Fu, Qigong, that my body started to correct itself, started to heal itself.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, it's a way the system controls. So we have government systems that are controlling, and again, we see this war. They tell people, hey, we're invading this country because of whatever, oil, I don't even know, it's resources. Or they create, and we've seen this with 9/11, they create terrorism and then propaganda it to the people through their television so that you have people against it so they can fund a war, so they can get funding. And basically, if you actually look back on history, the biggest funds that a country can get is actually war. It is a way to create war, will create funds for somebody. And then we have the medical system tied into that because they're lobbying between the government systems. You have
Exactly. It's all a contrived system, a machine that works very well because those who, even like every time a new president gets elected, does the same thing, doesn't make any changes.
it's funneling from, I've seen it as a wolf fund from 2 packs, and they're actually from the same pack. When you vote for a different system, we have a 2-party system here. The other parties don't ever make it to a presidential level here.
Those are secondary.
Right. So what they do is and how much of it has divided people even here in the last 2 years, people are at each other's throat. They hate the left, they hate the right. And I go, do you understand that it's 2 wings of the same bird? And you have one wolf pushing you this way, and then when you vote the next person or other party in, they push you the other way, and you're not working together. They just divide you even more.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah.
They use the same tactics. Yeah, exactly. It's all a scheme to maintain the system. It's all a well-oiled machine, and they turn the wheels, they press the buttons, and order, make commands, manipulate more.
And some of it is manipulate, because again, I see it with we have the race war between black and white, and I go, but we're all the human race. I mean, And I get it, there is injustices there, but the injustices being pointed out, those are from people that actually still corrupt. They're part of said programming. So, and some people are not awake to this. They're still arguing over that division line. We have the left and the right, we have the black and the white, and it's like, work together. Even spiritually wise, my skin color doesn't matter. Even this doesn't quite matter. It is what I'm housing. But spiritually wise, we're connected all through source. We're connected all through God, through oneness, through one entity, one time, one big bang at one point.
All is one. Yeah.
So
all is one.
I mean, for me, it's why would I go out and hurt somebody? Now, granted, people have come and hurt. I'm sure you've gone through it yourself. They've hurt you, they've hurt me, and it's not right.
It's trauma and conditioned programming, because people don't stay to deal with their emotions. They're hiding from themselves. They're running. You have done this. I've done this. XYZ done this in our lives. And the thing is, why? Because we are programmed to believe that everything is fine. We should just go to work, be like robots, machines. If you are a smoker, be a smoker. If you are a drinker, be a drinker, or quit. But why did you start it? Because, for example, I didn't did that. But I'll say an example. If you start doing that, that means you feel like nobody cares, nobody loves you, because your parents were traumatized, you are traumatized, and you're going to traumatize your children, and so on and so forth. It's the same vicious cycle. It's trauma and abuse. It's going on for the last 1,000 years.
Yes.
And nobody has done anything to change that. And people don't want to go to therapy because they're afraid what people think. But who gives a damn about people? Do you care what people think about you? No. I do care? No. We thought, because we thought these people, no, they don't care about us, most of them.
Like well, some people don't do therapy though too, because again, at least here in the States, our therapy is tied with the medical system, and some people have actually gone through having their kids taken away, been on meds, and they're not crazy. This actually goes with the spiritual awakening. I'm glad you bring it up. So a lot of people think that mental illness, there's something wrong with you as a human being, and they're not aware that it's actually a spiritual process. Like we've all had, I know we've been through this where most people are awakened, they think they're crazy. People don't understand them. Yeah, you think you're nuts, and you're not. You're not crazy. But the people around you think that you're crazy as well, which does not help your environment.
Exactly. I'm the same. I'm like you, like all the spiritual people who are awakened or who have awakened or who are been awakened, we're called crazy because we see things they can't. We feel, we experience things they can't at all. Like they have blindfold and can't see nothing, zero, feel nothing, hear nothing. They are blind, deaf, and mute. They can't even smell. They have, when something happened, like I spoke to someone, a relative of mine, he said he was floating one night and was so scared. Like, what was that? That was not his physical, but that was astral projection. There was a spirit there, showed that everything would be fine. He was so stressed, all stressed. Like, what? He's stressed with his life, blah, 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 etc., etc. But he was the spirit. It was a good spirit. No, it was not hurting. He was just above his bed. He was floating. He's scared. He woke up. He was scared because that was a spiritual experience. But if you're not spiritually open, ready to be open to open your mind to this path, you will never understand. If you're not open, if you're not ready, you will never understand. He had this experience that as a projection, and he got scared because it never happened into his life. It was something new.
Yeah.
There was a fly on never mind.
A lot of people in that fear base. They're in that fear base, and it actually does close them off to a lot of experience. And that fear base is that lower by that we're talking about. So even the fear base with the society demands. But I say if you put your faith in God, and I've noticed it myself, even that in manifesting, when you put your faith in God, when you believe in yourself, you will see those synchronicities. You will see those numbers. You will see something fall into your lap. You are provided for. You are loved for. God loves you. Don't don't push God away. Right. Yes. So don't push God or source away in a way. I believe that's even in the Bible with, we use the book of Job, where Job was put through all this horribleness in his life, and he still did not forsake God at the end of it. Even when he was asked by his wife to go on the other side, he goes, no. He's not going to do that.
exactly, because it was all a test. You know, uh, all of us were tested. What I've been through these 2 chaotic years was test after test, and this year too, test after test after
Yes.
test, to see if I'm willing, if I'm ready, if I'm able.
Yeah. And some of
That's
the biggest
why
thing is believe in yourself because you see this outside, even in the positions we were talking about. Like for me, it's funding, but even seeing myself in this position, it's okay. Don't go back into the worry. Don't go back into, yeah, I have like $300. Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Don't get lost in it. Just be like, all right, what can I do? I always say that to me. And that was one of the prayers I had to God going through a situation in my life years ago. I was like, I could lay here and scream all day and be depressed and want to kill myself, all this other stuff. Or I can say, you know what? What can I do?
exactly you have the possibility, the ability to choose what can you do for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Is whether this is gonna break you or make you stronger.
Yeah. That was talking to
That's
God.
what
And
you
it was
have to
like, and
do.
that's what was posed to me, talking to God. And I said, I don't, if his answer came to me and said, well, what can you do? And I go, well,
Exactly.
I don't have. I can do more than lay here. I can do more than scream and be upset. So let me go and do that. Let me be the best version of me, and then continue to add on that every day. Every day, be better, be better, be better.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was okay. So we are living in the age of transformation, soul transformation and evolution. We have to become stronger because there will be challenges ahead, more than what we had faced so far. Why? Because we are meant for something greater than being average people doing the same average things, being average like everyone. We're here meant to shine brighter than ever
Yeah. And anything,
and to inspire others.
I
And
believe anything between us is something.
yeah,
Again, don't let them separate you. Anybody.
yeah,
You know who a soul is in their inside. You know who they are, and whatever. Some people have other. Again, you were talking about opinions of what other people think about you, and they may go and tell other people about what they think, and it's just like, okay, but you know who you are.
exactly. I know now. You know too. Just say we're here for something greater than people. These people, these average minds, every average people, they don't get it because this is our journey, not theirs. A spiritual awakening, spiritual journey is not a press conference. You don't invite your mother, father, sister, brother, nephew, niece, uncle, aunt, relatives, and close friends. No, this is you and God.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
It is none of their business.
No.
Whether they believe or not doesn't matter.
Right. They
If,
don't get
if
to
you believe,
invalidate your experience. It's your experience,
exactly.
and just because they didn't see it or didn't see it the way you did, it doesn't mean that your experience isn't valid, which again is why we have Storytime Podcast. Because your
Yes,
stories are valid, your life story, your experiences, your traumas, your triumphs, all of that is very much valid because it's your path. It's how you grew to get here.
indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And what I learned so far during my spiritual experience for 2 years doing daily meditation and energy work and healing and shadow work like daily, I found out I know more about myself more now than I ever did since I was born on this earth. These 2 years were the best and the worst at the same time.
It's a full spectrum. Sometimes, I mean, like if you were, I read the other day, if you were comfortable, you wouldn't have moved. If you were always comfortable, you wouldn't have moved. It had to shake, the universe, God shakes people up a lot, so they would move. Or else, if you're
Exactly.
comfortable, you just stay stagnant.
Yes.
So
And
again, like
we,
your experience with people lately, how do you experience? Do you come across a lot of spiritual people, or is it more secluded and you kind of?
no, I did, but online. On real life, I only two people that met that are spiritual. Of course, someone I helped awaken last year, and someone was not fully awakened, was open minded to awaken more. So I helped them both
It's
to
good.
awaken fully. Yeah, that's it. And the rest, maybe someone, but who knows? That person has to make her choices to come and ask for my help. But we shall see about that.
So do you find yourself, because I know I find myself as well, and even though I'm surrounded by people, it's almost as if I've seen this among light workers, star seeds, among spiritual people, that we're in a place that is not spiritually awake. It's like we're placed each scattered around in places that are not spiritually awake yet. Do you find that in your situation?
Yeah, yes, it's the same. It's like I feel. I'm honest. I feel like I'm a bit stuck here. It's like this place is not for me. This place sucks.
Do you see?
This place, it's a dump. That's what I feel about the energy here. Yeah, it's a dump. It's not the place. It's ugly. It's beautiful. It's a lot of trees, grass. I live in a village. I like the scenery. I like its nature, but the energy of the people so toxic, so negative, so low vibration. People are jerks here. They insult each other for no reason. They are it. People are so traumatized, so negative, and don't do anything to heal their wounds. They don't do anything to not even try to meditate. They don't do any of that work to free themselves from the pain and trauma. They just always throwing rocks at each other. Like for example, my friend told me, my former student, he told me, yeah, he was my student, the one that helped awaken, 14-year-old kid. He told me yesterday, he came and helped me with something. We did some healing session, helped me heal with something through energy. And he told me that the last week or last 2 weeks before finishing school, because now he has a summer vacation, he was doing some workout because I taught him calisthenics to train his body, to strengthen his body, because he's underweight and he had a weak body. So I helped him train him like I trained, but uh, didn't force him. I just trying to do the best he can. He was training on the school yard. They have a football pitch where they train.
Mhm.
So, and he went to train by himself. And someone, 18-year-old kid, went and picked on him because he was doing his own business. Did some jogging, did some calisthenics, and that teenager went and insulted him for no reason. And this, my friend, minded his own business, started to insult him for no reason. This 18-year-old.
But do you see that as that we're, because I've seen it myself in a way, and it's why I do make more trips out, even though I've been very busy here. Um, that we're here to help people like a domino. We can help one person start to
Yeah,
awaken. It will help other people around us awaken, like ripples.
exactly. Exactly. Because I had a dream last year before met him. Because I will meet two children. Talk like I had a vision. I have clairvoyance. I had a vision, and before and after that, next week or few days after the dream, I met him. I talked, and then I invited him, and we started meditating on the floor. I taught him meditation for 15 minutes. And that's how after we talked, after said some jokes, and we meditated for 50 minutes, and he started to feel better. That's how started to help him. And since then, for 8 months, I trained him
Yeah,
to help him train his mind, his body, his soul, his spirit, his heart.
yeah. And then and by doing that, when somebody does come to on an opposition to them, they're able to now react in it without insulting a person back in a way. So no,
Well, he
stop the ripple almost.
he still has some issues because he's only 14. He's a teenager, so he kicked that
Yeah,
boy's ass. So he still has to work with his violent issues,
yeah. It's
violent
not to
behavior.
say that, and that's funny because I'm going to bring that up. Is that it's not to say a lot of people say this love and light energy. It is love and light to people when we connect to them and we see love and light in them. But when you're talking to somebody and they're attacking you, we also have a warrior side. Or if we see that corruption, it is time for us to start pointing that out.
Agreed. Like
Yeah.
you have to defend yourself. Like why would you like you mind your own business and someone comes and punch you in the face or sees you doing like let's say I'm gonna go in a park, for example, I'm gonna go and do yoga, and someone after I'm finished my yoga, someone comes there and picks on me, insults me for no reason. I'm my own business and doing my workout, and someone comes and Maybe that person took drugs, or maybe that person just toxic. Comes and insults me for no reason because I do something that he doesn't do. Well, that doesn't sit well with me. First, I'm gonna ignore because I don't like to get into trouble because I know if for a punch you have to pay a fine. I don't want to pay any fine. I don't want to have any problem with the law. But if that person comes and attacks me, then that's another story.
Yeah. Yes. Because it's different if it's a person, again, hurt people hurt people. That's usually what happens. So it's different in that way. But when you have somebody who's attacking you,
For no reason.
right, for no reason, it's like, why, what are you doing? And for me, I just like to shine a light on it. I will shine a light on it and go, okay, this isn't what it's supposed to be, or even just show a mirror on it. Do you not see, and in a calm way, because I will do the opposite of what a person's doing. That's part of Tai Chi. So you're going to take that energy and redirect it some other way. So if somebody's going to come at you with aggression, it would to be more soft and actually pull it back around a different way.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I know. I'd rather use dialogue than violence.
yeah,
But if that doesn't work, then I'm gonna use violence.
you're going to have to defend yourself then. Somebody's going to come at you with, yes, physically, yes, you defend yourself, most definitely, yes. That is part of Tai Chi and the Kung Fu and stuff. It is. And that's, I guess, what a lot of people say they want to take martial arts because they want to be a badass and fight. And I go, that's not it. It's actually about you are defending yourself. And even in Kung Fu, when I've learned, it's you don't want to hurt somebody. You could maim them and you still don't want to, but you don't want to kill them. You don't want to go out for vengeance. It's not out for blood. You're just defending yourself. It's not an offensive thing. It's more of a defensive. And yes, when you're in a battle, sometimes you have to be a little offensive to redirect the energy.
Yeah, based on what I practiced, because I'm self-taught in this, I, for me, live and let live. You mind your business, I mind my own business. That's simple. But the thing is, if you come and attack me because I do something that you don't like, and I'm in a public place, that means you have a problem with yourself, but you don't like someone who does better than you. Like these people who are toxic energy, have negative energy, like that child who was 18, that teenager, he was traumatized. What I felt like, of course, my friend still needs some healing. He needs to build up his character, he needs to train more. But the thing is, um, these people who pick on others, they are traumatized, they are hurt, they are victims of abuse.
Yes.
And in order to, they project what they feel hurt, but they don't go ask for help. They just holding up in themselves, building up, and then when an occasion happens or something, they just they're negative, they're assholes, they're toxic, negative to someone who never done anything wrong to them. Just like they just pick on people who they don't like their face because that person is doing well. Like let's say, as you can see, I have positive energy, high positive energy. Most people don't have that, and they are envious of my energy.
Yes.
They don't like it.
Yes, it's
They
actually
can't
been
stand
a
it.
common thread within the core recently is that they see your light and your light agitates the darkness or shadow or demons inside of them. So what do they do but attack the light or go towards the light? That
Yeah,
is a
they can't.
common thing, yes.
They can't stand it. They can't stand it's like it irritates them. Like alert, alert, enemy, and they see you as the enemy. But you just mind your own business. You do what best for you. That's what I like when because I have a small forest in my backyard. I like that there's no people there. 'Cause no one goes now. Don't people don't go in nature.
Yeah.
They are on the phones, on the screen, television, computers. They're addicted to this technology. They're toxic and negative. And but I like the place that I can set a recent and ground myself. It's just trees, grass, nature, birds, and there's some cows of the neighborhood who go and eat grass. There's nothing. There's just nature. I can ground, reset myself. I can detox and detach and relax. And I'm with me and nature. I feel so connected with the forest. For me, example, when I was on a vacation, I like to be in the mountains, near a forest than at the beach. Nah, the beach is not for me. I like to be near a mountain.
Yeah.
I feel more at home
Yes.
near a forest.
And so yeah, so I'm gonna say live and let live. And that is where, like we've been talking about, the system doesn't allow that. So
Yes, because system wants sides,
yes.
conflict, wants people to fight each other, kill each other for what? So those who are behind the scenes, the master manipulators, grab the hands on the resources and take them all away from humans and turn humans into slaves.
And you know
That's
what?
what.
My message to them is they don't have long, because and they know that they're scrambling away. Too many people are waking up. People are aware of what's going on, and like I said, we outnumber them. The light wins, the love wins in the end. All of that wins. It does.
When you increase your vibration, you increase your frequency to a high positive one, negativity just fades. Just they give up. Because
Yeah.
when you have high vibration, you transmit love, exuberance like energy. Look how light reflects me. You reflect on all of us. I'm very reflective to light. When we're like this, they just look at us and they just give up. Like we can't win this. We can't manipulate or control them. We can't defeat these people.
Yeah.
These people are too strong. Because what I see about, for example, people when go and do protests, that's not the way to solve a problem. You just protest on the street for what? For what? Because nothing's gonna change.
No, it's not until you stop stop feeding that beast, stop feeding the machine. It, People always say that, oh, they're going to change it when they go and vote the next time, and I go, that's still feeding the system. If you just stopped and you said, no, why vote for those people? I don't trust them. Why not have a better people, better council
For
of
example,
people?
yeah, this administration, this system that has been built from Second World War. That's when it all started. Was not meant to help people. It was meant to help themselves because they've been building us for the past 70 years, 80 years. These people, all these 1% of the world, the richest people on earth, they don't do this to help humanity, to help planet. They just want to drain the planet from resources. They want to make humans slave and to turn it into a war economy
Yeah.
for war
It's actually been
control.
going on longer, but since the industrial age, it's been accentuated more. It's been accelerated, and then with technology, and that's the thing with technology is that we could be utilizing so much more with technology, and they only allow certain things. Or even the big corporations that are consumer corporations, they make technology that breaks now, so that you'd have to go back and buy another one to keep that money flowing. And because of those breaking and of technology, we don't have what we could utilize in a way that would actually help people out, help the community. It's another way they control us. But yeah, the
In fact,
system has been, I mean, you can look back into feudal systems. You can go back, and it was a way. This is the beginning of the podcast I created, the first 3 episodes. You can actually start seeing how somebody takes what the message of God was, the source, and twisted it so that they could control other people, so that they could gain the power over people. It's happened throughout history over and over in many different places, in many areas, many countries, over and over with humanity. And we're at a time now that we're awake and aware of it, and it's time to stand up, not shut up.
agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I Yeah. Why should I shut up? Why should because comply to what? To your lies, to deceive, to manipulation. I see the signs. I see all these people that I'm. It's only 600 people. This village mostly. These people are so afraid, so scared. They just live in their boxes, separate. They don't talk, don't communicate. People don't care about each other anymore. This is not a community. This place. That's why I call it dumb, because people don't believe. They forgot. They just stuck in their own mind. All the negative mindset. They're so negative. They are jerks to each other. Don't respect. They are toxic and negative and low vibrational, and they don't listen. They don't care. They knock. They close-minded, bigots, hypocritical people. All of them.
It's time to, and I believe it's time to change that. I mean, and again, we're placed in areas where people are not awake. And yes, it's a battle because you go out there and you're like, do I go and do this? But I believe one person at a time, and the more that you awaken another person, they'll come back to you. And they may bring other people back and go, hey, you know what, I learned from you today or yesterday, and I found this person over here, and he wants to know that information too. Can you help him as well? So people are going to start coming to you. I do see that. Um,
Well, yeah, but only those who are willing. The
yes.
thing is, I'm very selective. I don't just don't just teach anyone. Just don't talk with just anyone. 'Cause, for example,
Yes.
someone called me last month on the phone. Someone I don't know who he is from another village. I had no idea how he got my phone number. He called me about spiritual stuff, but I said to him, "If you're wasting my time, don't call me again." And he didn't. That means he was trying to waste my time.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, we don't
person.
want to be taken advantage of because we do have, yes, we as we have light to spend our time on a majority of time on one individual and they're not going to apply. There's other people to help. There's other people to waken up.
Yes,
So,
I work. Yeah, I know. I work mostly with people who want to awaken, spiritual people, but only on this one mostly from other countries. There's someone I did a lot of meditation voice call. I helped him a lot. He's a good friend of mine. He's serious. He means business. He has no time for bullshit, like I. And helped him a lot. And I did a lot of therapy sessions with him, healing. And he's doing very well now. He's doing more meditations, much more mindful. And he is focused on. I said, why we do shadow work meditation? That's what we do daily, in order to heal ourselves and help you heal, and you see where you need to go, what you need to solve inside, what you need to work on here and here. Because you, for example, you are not happy. And so I said, when's the last time we were happy? Last year, once. Really? One time last year? What have you did for the past 8 or 10 months? What? I told him, what are you waiting for? Because I was talking to him on DM. I said to him, what are you waiting for? What? For what? A miracle? What? Lots of money or what?
yeah,
Really? What are you
you
waiting for?
have now. The now. Now.
So I said to him to help him to give him, how can I say, like a slap on the face, energetic, like wake up, we have work to do. Stop wasting time with bullshit. Stop waiting for stuff that will not come, not even 10,000 years. Let's do this. I gave him time to decide, of course. I'm very patient, as you can see, because you need to have patience to work with people. You have to have a lot of patience.
Yes.
You can't do it if you don't have patience. It's really impossible.
Yeah. So, before I wrap it up, because we've been going for over 57 minutes, is there anything that you would want to say about you or anything that you want to help promote, anything that you want to tell the community?
Okay, I just want to say, spiritual community, prepare, start doing the work, start wasting time, focus on what's important, because we need you. On earth, we need you. Get ready. This will be a lot tougher in the future, a lot harder, won't be easy. Get ready, because the time will come when you have to choose. I hope you choose wisely for yourselves.
Thank
And
you.
also, you're welcome. Never give up on yourselves. Ever. Ever. Never give up. If you give up, that means the enemy has already won and you lost. And you're gonna crash and burn and be nothing left of you. Just a pile of ashes.
Yeah. All right.
Have
So,
faith. Have faith and never give up. Before you go,
yes.
go say a short prayer in English.
Mhm.
So everyone can understand what I'm saying. I summon the power of God of divinity from the universe on this moment, this time, for me and my good friend Rosemary. Please, God, give us strength, give us courage, give us willpower, give us honor that we need. Give us the information that we need to move forward in our lives and to do the best we can to help ourselves and help others on this journey of spiritual awakening, progression, and evolution. I trust you for my heart, my body, mind, soul, and spirit, so that we all can become one. May the divine light shine upon us all always. Amen.
Amen. And thank you.
You're welcome.